So let's pretend I'm having some trouble sleeping, and let's say it's not specific sleep apnea that needs to be fixed. Let's say that I'm just struggling a little bit to get to sleep. What are some things I need to do? What are some practical steps? Maybe some supplements. What are some things we should do before we start talking about benzos or non-benzo, whatever you called them?
Z-drugs.
Z-drugs. Oh, I get it. Oh gosh.
That is pretty good.
Wow, I'm brilliant. All right.
Sleep hygiene is the term you see on Instagram, you see everywhere, and may not mean a whole lot of anything to anybody. So let's just talk about what that encompasses. So it's an umbrella term that refers to any behaviors or changes to the environment that would help set somebody up for better sleep. So hygiene in the sense that you brush your teeth before bed, hygiene in the sense that you wash between your toes, just to kind of cover the basics. So
whatever works for you.
Yes. And so what that breaks down to is that it is going to be highly individualized for people. So there's going to be certain things that might work for me, work for Joey, that may not work for Tyler. And so it's important to, before going into which sort of maybe behaviors you try to alter, you figure out maybe what's best for your situation. So if we broadly would look at day-to-day habits, our sleep schedule, a pre-bed routine, and sleep environment. So if we were to break those down, day-to-day habits would be looking at things such as definitely exercising, but not too close to bedtime. Making sure you have daily light exposure. So if possible, when you wake up, try to go outside or have some sort of exposure to light, just so you can do your best to help out the signaling and such that's occurring in the brain. So that's a big one. Avoiding nicotine if possible. Smoking or non-smoking nicotine, as nicotine is a stimulating, is basically a stimulant drug. Yes.
Yeah.
Like we had mentioned, reducing alcohol consumption, lighter meals closer to bedtime, and then this is a fun one: restricting in-bed activity to just sleep or other activities.
Marital activities.
Yes, marital activities.
Okay, so you mean the bed is for sleep and that?
Yes.
And that's, we can say it, sex. We're adults. We can say these words. That's what the bed is for. It's not for playing games. It's not for watching movies.
It's not for finishing emails, Yeah,
Oops.
exactly.
It's tough. We all do it.
Yeah.
It really is.
But that's why I have a laptop. Isn't that the whole point? So I can do it while I'm in bed?
Yeah. This is a campaign against big laptop right here.
Okay, so the last thing here, and this is, we've already started touching on this. You talked about sleep hygiene. Forget my kids. I want to sleep longer. What should I be doing? Give me some real quick bullet point options, some things I need to take into account.
Yeah. So I think if you shift the focus to a pre-bed routine, and then also a normal sleep schedule. And so a normal sleep schedule, all I would be referring to is attempting to go to bed at the same time every night and wake up at the same time every morning.
Consistency is key.
Consistency. And the most difficult part that I've noticed even for myself is weekdays versus weekends.
Yep.
We're all in the
100%.
mindset of I'll sleep in an extra couple hours on Saturday, or I'll go to bed a few hours later on Saturday night or whatever, which I'm not saying that's easy to do, but it should be noted.
Yeah.
The flip side, if we look at pre-bed routine, it's key to have a delineated time to wind down. So whether that's an hour, 30 minutes, that's the time where you begin to turn the lights down, use your dimmers, put the computers away, maybe turn the TV off a little bit sooner, put the emails away, those sorts of things. And then I really like this one. Once you're in bed and you're attempting to go to sleep, if you are tossing or turning and you notice it's been 10 minutes, 20 minutes, don't try to force it. Get out of bed, hop into a chair, grab a book that calms you down or throw on some music that calms you down. Find whatever habit that really worked for you and just regress to that instead of just staying in bed, tossing and turning, because then you begin to sort of shapeshift some odd behaviors in bed.
Yeah.
You're meant to be in there to sleep, and the last thing you want to do if sleeping is a challenge is face it head on while you're in bed.
Right. It creates
I like
some
That's a
strange
great point.
associations of I get in bed and then I toss and turn. You're saying no.
Yes.
Bed is for sleep. If you're tossing and turning, get up, go read a book in another room with the dim light. And then when you feel tired, go to bed where you sleep. Because that's what
I kind of even hit home for me, because I mentioned earlier, I rarely have trouble sleeping, but when I do, it can be kind of bad, and it's intermittent, and it's something like that. I'm like fighting it. I'm like, oh, it's one of those nights, man. What do you know? What I mean? Instead, I love that.
And that's another one that's still ultimately easier said than done.
Yeah.
Because then you got to get out of bed. Where's the room? My lights are off. My kid's gonna hear me. My cat's gonna hear me. It's who wants to really do it? But I know for a fact it beats the alternative.
Well, and I know for me, it's always a matter of, oh man, I'll fall asleep in the next 30 seconds. You know, it's that I don't want to admit that I'm not sleeping.
Yeah. And then the final layer to that, I mean, there's a laundry list of things you could do in addition to the routine. And then that last little tidbit would be to set the proper environment going into a night of sleep. So ensure that your bedroom is cool and dark, anywhere from 65 to 70 degrees. Make sure you picked a mattress or a comforter or pillow that you actually like. Use blackout shades or eye masks or something to kind of, again, when we were talking about light signaling, how important that really is to circadian rhythm. Black out the lights if you can. Wear the mask. That just tells your brain that, hey, it's dark and it's time to sleep. You're just like giving yourself these little pointers and reminders of what
cues.
What's your cue? Thank you. That was the word. Couldn't find it.
I'm glad I can be here.
It's great stuff, man.
And then also drowning out noise, whether that's a white noise machine or a fan. And then finally, if you like lavender, you can set the diffuser.
That was a twist. I didn't expect that one at the end.
I don't know how well that works.
I like it though. Sounds nice, right?
You don't know that? You haven't tried that yet?
But don't use it. But I thought that was I saw that was recommended, and my mind jumped to like, oh yeah, just like light a candle, right, for the scents. But I'm like, no,
that's a bad idea.
Clearly, just stick
use
to the
diffuser.
Scent. Use a diffuser.
Got it.
Yeah, exactly.
I do like those candles.
Very cool.